Well, everything happens for a reason, right? Is something that people often say when they're trying to make you feel better about something horrible that happened to you. And I don't think it works particularly well. There can be some amount of comfort in the idea of fate, but when I think about the idea of everything happening for a reason, I like to think about it differently.
Break the Twitch.
You saw the thing, right? Welcome back to Break the Twitch. My name is Anthony. This is where I share what I learn about learning to love your attention, building better habits, and just living more intentionally in general, doing more of what matters to us. And this is highly relevant when it comes to everything happens for a reason. The idea of the twitch is this thing that just sort of automatically happens. It's this little action we do without much intentionality that helps us feel more comfortable in a given moment. It might be pulling out our phone or buying something online. It can be a million different things. But it's quick. It sort of makes us feel better, at least in the moment, and then we move on. When it comes to those types of things, I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. Not necessarily what happens in the world around us or the spontaneous things that happen in this life that we just cannot control or predict. More so, the little things we do. The moments that we choose to shift in our seat a little bit like that. The times we decide to go and open the fridge or take out our phone. All of these things are controlled by some sort of stimulus. Something is inspiring us to take action in that exact moment. A lot of it is attention. If we notice that we're uncomfortable, we might shift in our seat and move around a little bit. Sometimes I'll be focusing really intently and I'll notice all of a sudden that I'm holding my breath. Things like that where you have to go, I should probably take some deep breaths and just even out a little bit right now because I'm getting kind of intense. That sort of thing happens because we might be anxious about something, or I might be trying to focus in on the work that I'm doing on the computer, which is odd because it's not like I'm a sniper that would need to perfectly hold everything still. I'm using a computer and a mouse, but there does seem to be some mechanism that does that for me. But why I bring all of this up is that I have a deep, deep belief that our attention is speaking to us at all times. Our attention is telling us what we need. It's telling us what we want and how we're feeling, but often we ignore it and we don't listen to what our attention is telling us. The more I research this and continue to build awareness of this in myself as well, I see it more and more. Without putting too much pressure on it, once you start taking the perspective that everything we do happens for some underlying reason, you start to see some very interesting things, and you start seeing it everywhere. After a difficult conversation, I would often get up and open the fridge or start looking for ice cream in the freezer. Ice cream is a personal favorite coping method of mine. One of the important things that I've learned this year is I always used to think that I just had a sweet tooth, that that was how I was programmed, that, you're either like salty, savory foods or sweet foods, and I was just a sweet person. Well, specifically, I learned that I really only crave sugar and other sweet foods when I'm really, really stressed out, when I'm coping with something or dealing with anxiety or additional stress. All of these things started helping me understand and build awareness around when I was feeling things that I wasn't actually feeling. Because if I did get up to go do these things and I stopped for a moment to pause, I would sort of get this sense of a better understanding of what I was actually feeling at the time. Whoa, I'm like breathing really shallowly at the moment. Or, man, I feel this kind of hum, this constant buzz of general anxiety. What's going on? Did I drink too much caffeine this morning? Am I stressed out about something? What are the things that I'm doing, and what is it that I'm avoiding right now? That's been a really important question too. I see this in my own habits all the time. If I'm feeling more twitchy on one particular day, or I seem to be avoiding one of the maybe more vulnerable tasks on my to-do list, I find that everything comes into my mind just in that moment to prevent me from doing it. Like, I will literally just out of nowhere feel like going and emptying the dishwasher or cleaning the kitchen or going and just doing something that is productive, totally, which can be good too, but also is not the important work. A lot of that can come from this underlying belief that you're not good enough to do it, or it might be in conflict with the beliefs that you hold about yourself. For example, if you don't believe you're capable of doing some important task, like preparing to give a talk or something big, like turning in a project at work, you will avoid that project because if you do it and fully invest yourself in it, you might prove that belief wrong, which is most likely the case. You're probably entirely capable and beyond of doing whatever that task is. But the other reason we avoid those types of things is because, well, if we put in all of our effort and we really give ourselves to that important thing, the thing that we've been building up in our mind over time, well, what if it doesn't, in fact, go well? And what if, in fact, we do prove quite painfully that, well, we're not quite enough? We didn't do well enough. That's a scary proposition. Feeling that avoidance, feeling that procrastination on one particular task for some reason, and really challenging it, questioning it, going, what am I feeling about this right now? Why am I avoiding it? What would completing this prove about me? What would it prove to other people? What would it mean about my own ability to do something or other? It's pretty crazy when you start really digging into this stuff, and I've just found so much in myself this year around understanding the Twitch and distractions and all of the stuff that I'm really, really excited to share with you. But I've also been in this weird place where I have sat down to make videos over the last several weeks. Like, I set up all the lighting and everything around me and got everything ready to go, and then just like nothing came out. So, got to do the best with what you have and just keep trying. Keep challenging discomfort in little ways and see what it brings. So if there's anything you take away from this, I hope it is that your attention is speaking to you. Your attention is telling you what it needs, what you are afraid of, what you need to do, like what the most important thing for you to do is. And so I hope that you'll take a little bit of mental space or what you might have available right now to not judge, not feel shame about what you do, but just be aware of what you do. Just choose to acknowledge the little things, the little moments when you take out your phone. Just wonder why you wanted to take it out. You don't have to judge it or feel bad about it, but simply work to build awareness around the Twitch, around the little things we do and what our attention is telling us. When you do that, you will see incredible things happen where you can actually do something with it once you're aware of it. So that's the whole idea here. Awareness allows you to create change. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.